Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 5 between Shin and Byun. Playing for the greatest team in the world, Shopify's Rebellion, the rebellion of Shopify. He's been there for a while. I have been there for a while, of course, as well, in case you guys don't know. Shopify's own StarCraft 2 team, absolutely banging. And on the other end, we have Shin here, who plays for Weibo Gaming. I think it's a game publisher, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic that they're sponsoring StarCraft 2 as well. Do not be confused, it sounds like weeaboo, and weeaboos are people that idolize Japanese culture, and these are often the people that have like multiple body pillows, like anime body pillows of a 12-year-old female character, or the looks of a 12-year-old, but in reality a 300,000-year-old demon that is here to eat your hands or something. My sister-in-law sometimes watches anime. Every now and again, I try to watch an episode, but it's the plots are often difficult to kind of start believing in. I try my best though, try to hang out with the kids, see what they're into. The animes, it's not for me. You also have Koreaboos nowadays, people that idolize Korean culture. Just as nasty. These are often people that play a lot of StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2. And they might even have a favorite Korean StarCraft player. I'm not sure which behavior I find more abhorrent. Sleeping with the body pillows or having a favorite Korean StarCraft player. Both sounds morally and ethically debatable to me. But for now, Shin taking on Byun here. Where we have the layer coming up fast. This is something that Shin has been doing a lot. So I know the ins and the outs of what he's gonna do. He plays it in two modes, kind of. He has the let me get speed mode and the let me not get speed mode. So sometimes his circlings are fast and sometimes they're slow. This time around they're going to be slow. He'll rush into a Roach Ravager. He'll want to get some Infestors out and then tech into Hive, get quick Ultras. I've also seen him do this exact same build, but instead of going for fast Ultras, instead it is Roach, Hydra, Lurker. The goal is to be very safe until you get to Hive. And what do you give up for that? Well, basically everything else that's cool. The ability to kill someone, the like map control, economy. So basically you give up everything but your quick tech. So quick tech is there and the rest ain't there. Meanwhile, Byun opening up with a 2-Rex Reaper into 2-on-1. I think it went double Reaper, triple Reaper. Triple Reaper, triple CC. This is a very standard build order. It is the bread and butter, one of the bread and butter Terran things. It's funny that bread and butter is considered to be such a staple. I don't know a lot of people that wake up and eat bread and butter the entire day. It's like that's his bread and butter. I don't even know what my bread and butter is. Like eggs, maybe. I eat a lot of eggs like every morning. It's their milk and cereal would make a lot more sense. I feel like, especially for Americans, they freaking eat so much milk and cereal. This wasn't really a thing for me growing up. Dutch people, they love eating bread. So I actually did eat a lot of bread, and there's like chocolate sprinkles on them, or like fruity sprinkles. It's sweet, it's delicious. And then I remember during exchange, we had an exchange student here from Ireland, and he didn't like bread at all, so he struggled in the Netherlands. And then he was like, I really like cereal. It was the first time I actually saw someone seriously eat cereal in the morning. It's like, man, that's crazy. Like so much, like the chocolatey cereal. My wife also eats cereal quite frequently. I just can't get into it. It seems wrong, like ethically debatable to eating cereal. But we can get into that another time, as a couple of war crimes committed here. These Marines shot some unarmed drones. 2 of them going down. Roach is on the edge of creep. Reaper Hellion also on the edge of creep. Not sure if that's really where you want to be as a Reaper plus Hellion. Oh, he wants to deny the 4th base. And a 2 more. Gets the 2 more. Congratulations. Well done. You guys can apply to the oncology department. And what's this? An armory. 2 more barracks. Okay, she's going to go up to 5 racks. Sometimes you see like a very fast 8 racks. And ooh, it's exciting. But it's not going to be the case over here. Byun wants to deny this topside 4th base. But this is the 5th base location for Shin. Of course, Byun can't know that ahead of time as he loads up. And is going to unload all over his base. Unless those queens stay over there. Having a spore on the edge also feels nice. Yeah. Spore edging is all the rage right now when it comes to the main bases. Yeah, the interior designers of these Zergs absolutely love that stuff. Cheeky little Spore on the edge. Spore over here. Oh, look at that. Look at this. This Spore is not to deal with Banshees, because if there were Banshees, they already would have killed 40 workers at this point. Now, this is to stop a drop from landing up on this little ledge. This is the prick ledge. All pricks want to fly there and drop stuff on top of it. I've seen it too many times. Byun adds in a factory. His first factory is, look at this, disabled by the contaminate. It's been contaminated by an overseer, I should say. And it's these 12 Marines or so, whatever it is. Actually, 13 Marines, now 12. Are gonna run in, try to snipe some Ravagers, take out 2 Ravagers, loses a bunch of Marines. I mean, these are not super meaningful trades. And this is often what you get when Shin plays. Shin basically wants to skip the entire early and mid game with this build order, and he's doing a damn good job at it as well, because it is just hard to do anything against this. He's often low queen as well. You see, 5 queens total. This is not a crazy amount of queens. Like, this is a crazy low amount of queens, if anything. So you're saving a lot of cash on that. Defend everything with roaches, then with infestors, and then look at this. This is a freaking like 730 like ultra cavern. That is a crazy timing for an ultra cavern. No, it's fast. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's a fast Ultralisk cavern. You have drilling claws coming in here as well. 3 more barracks. So probably 4 more marauders. Byun has an insane marine count, by the way. Exactly 50. The anniversary number. I have a great story about Dutch anniversary. We'll talk about that later. As this is gonna kill a base, isn't it? And the top side is also, well, there was no base here, but if there was a base, it probably also would have gone down. First Ultra's on the way. This is such a scary timing for both players, really. Like, if these tanks get taken out, you have nothing defensively. If you kill the fort base, there's no fort base. It freaking sucks for Shin. At the same time, large Ling run by coming in. These guys do not have adrenal glands quite yet either. As Shin is looking for something, he's not going to catch nothing good here. He's just going to give up his fort base. Oh, there's the prick ledge. Look at that. Typical Byun goes on there. They love it, man, the Terran players. What can I say? So Shin loses a bunch of overlords, and I think he's on the way to the afterlife here. As he's a Zerg player, he's probably going to go downstairs. Tanks shooting. No chitinous plating means Marines still have some damage to deal. Their bullets still manage to pierce through the thick skin of the Space Cow. As more Marines are coming out, Marauders are going to be a must relatively soon, but the problem here is 66 workers to 77. Fort base already done. Soon we're going to have a 5th base on the way. 2 upgrades finishing up as well. We have a large force of stuff just moving towards the top. Run-bys are not really going to be possible. And I think if Byun gets his stuff together, there are 4 Ultras out right now. The moment he gets up to like 12 Marauders, and he has a couple of mines in the mix, which he does. He has a couple of mines in the mix. And you still have your tanks as well. Like, good luck, my dear friend. You're not going to break this, Shin. You're just not going to break this. You don't have the tools. Good scan. Sees the right side flank coming in as well. Or did he? Here we go. Couple of mine shots. Not really connecting with the Ultra. And that is singular. There's just a single Ultra. Okay, 4 others now show up as well. Marauder count here isn't great. Marines are splitting backwards. Some big fungals, though, connecting. As the tanks in the back dealing a lot of damage. But these Ultras might be capable of actually doing something here to get some decent kiting. Tanks are gonna go down. Byun is losing a lot of supply. Top right side base for Shin stays alive, but every Ultra here will end up falling. And then all there's left is going to be these Ravagers. The thing about the Ravagers is that they're bad. It's a terrible feature to have as a unit. They suck. They're a unit that you kind of want for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you have too many. Kind of what happened with the fidget spinners, you know? You see someone else with a fidget spinner, like, wow, like 1. Then you have 1 and you see like 5 more, like maybe with, you know, you go on a holiday, you bring back a fidget, like a teamed fidget spinner. All of a sudden you have like 12 fidget spinners. Now, what the hell are you going to do with it? You can't sell them. Everyone has fidget spinners already. Everyone has too many. The same with Ravagers. You know, you buy 3 to buy a tank, and then before you know it, you have 12, and they're useless and they're expensive. You don't want to throw them away, because maybe in the future you want to use them again. You know, to spin that little thing around, but yeah, it is what it is. +3 carapace here is going to get sniped. That is actually a massive deal, because it's going to make these Marauders significantly better once their +3 attack finishes up. Fungal's actually connecting big time. We're still going to get a pickup here. 5th base is already set up for Byun as well. This medevac moves back. We're going to get Ghost Liberator Mine. I've seen this a lot out of Clem as well. These kind of more active ghost compositions nowadays, rather than the, let me build 35,000 tanks and build 85 ghosts. It's like we're seeing a lot of active ghost compositions, and they play out kind of fun as the Naturals now is going to get sniped. Shin wants to finish this game, win or lose, but most likely lose as he is way down in worker supply. He has a garbage tier army over here, and he's attacking into a bunch of depots. My dear friend, these space scouts are not capable of moving past that. The rod count here is pathetic though. As Liberator's now sieging up, can we get some snipes? No, we're not getting any snipes. That is odd, to say the least. As Liberator's in the sky doing God's work here as well. GG is gonna get called as Byun will take game number 1. Our second game sees Byun once more opening up with a 2-Rex Reaper. Oh, I was gonna talk about the 50th anniversary. In the Netherlands, when you reach the 50th anniversary, you often get a blow-up doll of Abraham or Sarah, who I think are biblical figures. And then we say that you have seen Abraham or you have seen Sarah. If you're a woman, you've seen Sarah. If you're a man, you've seen Abraham. It means that you're very wise, kind of like a sage. I just had to think of that earlier when I saw 50 Marines. I was like, oh, Byun has, he's met Abraham. It's a positive thing to meet him. Now you know everything. There's another saying, and that is, if you know where Abraham gets the mustard, then you're well informed. Is something? It's not a very common idiom or saying, but it does get thrown around every now and again, And when it comes to StarCraft, I definitely know where Abraham gets the mustard. Let's see if Shin also knows where the mustard is made, how the cookie crumbles, how the sausage is made. There you go. Triple Reaper once again coming in out of Byun. I've seen Shin. This is an interesting note, perhaps, versus this particular build, also go for Bailing Bust. So let's just keep that in mind. Bailing Busts are an interesting concept. It often results into short games. This Reaper shows up. He's gonna try to kill something. Let's zoom in into this. Now. Jesus. His micro is so freaking good, Byun's micro. Whenever he plays on the Korean server, he undoes his shackles, from the ping. That's why I sometimes hate watching TVZ with Byun on like non-Korean server, because the ping is a little bit higher and it just feels lame, You give this guy 3 Reapers and he'll eat for eternity. It's like when you teach a man how to fish, except you teach, I don't know what it doesn't make a loss, never mind. Well, cancel that last analogy. It never happened. Any mentions of it in the comments will be met with a permanent ban from this channel. A big blow to the parasocial. Alright. Lair comes up. Oh, what the hell is that? Is that a roach? What unit is that? It's like a roach with like the head of a monk, Like a hood. Very cool. What does Byun have? Byun just had the Rebellion logo. Wow. Because he's sponsored by Shopify. The greatest platform if you're into e-commerce, of course. Sure to check it out. Roadrunner comes out here. Lair is on the way. What is that? Halfway done? More than halfway done. Overlord gets sent to the left side. Third command center morphs into an orbital. And we have a starport on the way as well. So once again, going to be 2-on-1. There is this old saying, which is, don't fix it if it ain't broken. Never change a winning team. And Byun, he is a big believer in this, in these types of sayings. He almost never changes a winning team. He sometimes doesn't even fix it if it is broken. That's kind of what I do when I have to fix stuff in my house as well. I still have to fix like what you call the pipe that goes from like the gutter to the ground, to transport the water. I still have to fix one of those, connected to the house somehow. You know what the worst part is about these little tasks? Like, once you get started with it, it's not going to be so bad. But then you just kind of put it off because you don't entirely know how it's supposed to be done, and it feels like a daunting process, you know? And then majority of that, like these types of little construction jobs, I don't know, it's the feeling of accomplishment afterwards is significantly bigger than the achievement. For example, in 2016, I won the Gold Pro League 2016 tournament, beating many high-level players and winning $16,000. I was very happy for like 2-3 days. Now, I recently replaced something in the shower, like the mechanism that controls the water flow. And dude, I've been freaking buzzing for 4 days on that now. I've been telling everyone I meet. Ooh, this is an interesting little trade. Two little roaches here. As drones are already transferring, this feels like it could go very bad. It also feels like Byun might overstay his welcome, but so far, this is exactly how long he should be staying at this welcome. Absolutely. He did not overstay his welcome. He got welcomed and he lounged the freaking staking of his shoes right now in Shin's home. He's eating out of his fridge. Shit, I thought I was gonna eat that. Piss off. It's my food now, says Byun. Takes off his socks. Nasty. You know, I hate it when people put their naked feet on a table. I don't think there's anything more disgusting than seeing someone else's feet on like a table or just up in general. I would never be capable of being like a foot doctor or something like that. It's like every time someone take off their socks to show their feet, I just start gagging. It would make the patients feel bad as well. Like, I just wouldn't be a match with that job. It just wouldn't be for me. It'd be a terrible experience for all of us involved. What was I talking about before? Either way, 2 Evo chambers. Yeah, Shin also is kind of playing a similar style here. He is slower when it comes to getting into the hive, because we're 7 minutes in, still doesn't have hive. And this early game also was hot garbage. Hot garbage. Where does that come from? Because garbage gets burned, maybe? So it's hot garbage, which is negative. Even worse than regular garbage. Ooh. Infestors in the main? No infestors in the main. I think... Okay, so my theory is that infestors should always be split, so you can deny this type of move. You can't really drop when there's an infestor there, because it just means your drop becomes such a huge liability. Here we go. Oh! A fungal could have hit because Byun missed the pickup, but... It's okay, we didn't try. Shin played it safe, and as a result he didn't get anything. They often say, who risk it gets the biscuit. And if you don't risk it, you don't get any biscuit. And if you eat one marshmallow, despite being told that you'll get a second one if you wait for 20 minutes, you will not get a second marshmallow. It's called the marshmallow test. I often fail this one. Then I realize I'm an adult and I still get to eat the second one as well. Because no one can stop me. 3 tanks are out. We have Marines, Marauders. This is a serious force, by the way. A very similar push to the previous game, but we see a less heavy reliance on trying to get the Ultras out already. So Shin actually has decent supply. This is going to be one of these very interesting moments where I think Byun is putting a lot of eggs in this basket. And Shin has fully committed to the defensive basket as well. Let's see where this is gonna go. This is good for Shin. Look, he's going to get both of these tanks, and then he can get the 3rd tank as well, which means he gets all of the tanks. Oh, he misses the last bile shot. Huge blunder here. 3 more shots out of that tank as a result. And we're gonna get a pickup, but this, yeah, I mean, this was still fine for Shin. We have a range upgrade, we have melee upgrades coming in, Ultra Cavern, so he leaned less heavily here on his Ultra Tech and really invested in this defense, where he probably felt like he kind of undersold his defense in the previous game. Like, oh, it wasn't good enough, lost that forward base, you know. This time he gets to keep his forward base. Yes, his supply still isn't great, but he gets to survive at least. And we get the centrifugal hooks right now. We get the 5th base pumping too. We have upgrades. I'd love to see Adrenal Glands. Adrenal Glands is such a huge boost to the Zergling as a unit. Like, their run-bys become so much freaking better. It is crazy how much better run-bys become once you get that stuff out. Ultra Cavern, like I said, much later. Almost, what did I say, like 7:50 last game or 7:40 last game. Now it's going to finish 9 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. That is a significant delay. You know, if you're waiting for your train and it's 2 minutes late, it's not the end of the world. Although sometimes you will miss your connection as a result. But in StarCraft 2, you're 2 minutes delayed on your attack. Like, that freaking blows. Although this time, it actually was the correct call, it seems like. It was the correct call. Shin is still holding on. He feels comfortable enough right now to start sending out links. He is going to send them straight into their death, though. I'm not sure how comfortable I'd feel with that, but it is what's happening. Banelings being morphed, chitin is plating, 25-30% done right now. A little bit more, like 40% done already. Good lord. We're moving fast over here with these upgrades. And I am liking this position for Shin much more, despite him being behind. I think this is much better than in the previous game. There's not a whole lot of creep. Yes, Byun has a huge army. Oh, this is actually a really big army. Like, some Banelings are going to need to connect. Oh, some Banelings are going to need to connect big time. Let's take a look. What are these mines gonna do? Not the greatest Baneling hit. Ultra's coming out. We still don't have the chitinous plating. Can we wait? No, we can't, as Byun here might just be marching to another victory. Huge fungal, though. Out of the left field. Connects, and these couple of swipes that the Ultras gave there were actually huge as well. Do we have more Ultralists coming out right now? The answer is no. More and more links streaming in forward. Still, though, without adrenal glands, it is going to get cleaned up, but what an insanely close fight. 87 workers survive. So although that fight didn't feel great for the Zerg, I think the Zerg is in a playable position. What we need is to stabilize right now. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 Ultras, a couple of Infestors, and maybe 15, 16 Banelings. All of a sudden, we're going to be cooking something. Ling Run By comes out, Adrenal Glands on the way, and Anabolic Synthesis coming in as well. As Shin is going for the, for the full range of experience that you can have as a Zerg player. He wants everything. Every upgrade that exists is being researched right now. As there's one Ultra. We're going to need a fungal here to deal with these Marauders. As this base is going to get sniped. At the same time, the left side, Byun here, passing by his opponent's army. And is going to commit into this position. Needs to be careful, though. Yeah, pickup is good enough. We still have a battle over here. Ultralisk has gone down as... it feels to me like Shin once more is dying, actually. He's in a world of trouble right now. This is not what you want. It's a good set of biles, barely misses. Link's now coming in, still no adrenal glands. Still going to be fine. Look how low these Marauders are, but yeah. I think that's actually going to be it. That is indeed going to... Yeah. Okay, he pushes this back. Still 85 workers. 4 bases mining. We have a 5th, sure, for Byun, but it's not mining. 20 supply, though. Oh, Infestor going down freaking sucks, too. What is our follow-up? I am having a difficult time seeing a comeback here. But anything is possible. 5 base, 84 workers. I'm feeling a 6th at some point. This army is annoying as hell. How many medevacs do we have total? We have quite a few, actually. Was that like 7? 7 medevacs. A lot of them are quite low on energy and quite low on HP as well. I wonder if getting a Viper might be worth it for Parasitic Bomb. And you really need Infestor splits, like 1 on each side. It helps so much at dealing with these armies, because both Banelings and Ultras really, their value increases when they're holding stuff in place, pretty much. As we're going to get a fat snipe, it's not going to connect. Another couple of fat snipes, also not going to connect. These snipes not coming through. Banelings are actually hitting big time. Huge fungal as well. A lot of ghosts going down. Banelings don't get the connections they want. We need more fungals, though. Here comes a flank, perhaps. Shin, with some nice movement, is also has a lot of units here on the left. Here comes a flank. Going to need to return back onto creep. Shin with a good engagement. Absolutely. Hell yeah. 3 more Infestors coming in as well. And does Shin feel the power, the freedom to now move across the map and do something? I hope the answer is no, because he is going to get completely blasted by his opponent if he does try. Ling Run By is being sent out. These guys do have adrenal glands. Going to try and clear this, but of course we're going to get a pickup. That's not how this game works, my friend. Do we have any Ultras out? There's 2 Ultras out, all on the left side, though. Huge Ling Run By coming in. Huge Ling Run By coming in. Is not really going to be capable of doing a whole lot, because we have Invisible Ghost. Maybe we get a couple of SCVs down here. At the same time, an attack on the 5th base as well. And we have a fungal on this army. Okay, now we're starting to cook at least a little bit. I'm not sure how well we're cooking this, though. I'm not entirely sure how well we're cooking this. 11 drones go down. Byun takes the game. Byun putting himself on match point. And after 2 successful games, decides, you know what is the correct play here? is to not go for the same build again. You know what they say, never fix a winning team unless your opponent is now trying to counter that winning team. Which I think is what Byun is thinking. Or he just likes this build more for this map. Speculation is always a good time, especially with no chance on answers. As, look at that, first Overlord is kind of scouting around. Second Overlord is also going to be scouting around, but kind of in the same area. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'd say, you know, if I'm going to proxy, it's going to be over here. It's going to be over here. I wouldn't put over there, but the Shin, he took one hell of a path, let me tell you. Maybe he knows more about proxy locations that Byun likes, you know? You never know. Everyone has their own little locations that they adore for whatever reason. I'd say freaking build it close as hell. Like, you didn't even check over here. I feel like, in general, right in front of the base is underrated. I was thinking about this. This might sound stupid, but on some maps you can actually wall with like depot, barracks. I think that might be underrated. A lot of players, they don't actually like checking. Like, they don't check here. Like, you don't move forward with your drone to figure that out. And if you have a wall, you can stand behind the wall. You can kind of finish it with a bunker. It becomes impossible to drone pull against it. That's actually a really smart idea by myself. I give that 5 stars. I wouldn't want to call myself a genius, but I really like the idea, actually. Your first Marine would be out right now. Second Marine would be out. You put like your bunker here to finish the wall. There's like barracks, bunker. And then you build a bunker in front. And you're done, no? You can move through the bunker with your SCVs. Like, life would genuinely be very good. I think they sound freaking cool. I actually really like the sound of that. And they can't escape either, because you lock them in with a barracks. It's probably the coolest thing, the factory. Okay, well, whatever. Let's not dive into that hypothetical rabbit hole. Instead, let's see what's actually happening here in the game. Triple CC. Double OVs here to check as well, as the first Marine's going to come out. This is always the way you do these things. So you walk past the Overlord and you shoot it, and this idiot is going to move to the left. He's like, oh no, I'm being attacked from the right side quickly. Let's, by default, move the other direction, instead of just moving to a safe place. This is how you know Overlords are dumb as hell. It's because if you don't tell them the right place to go, they will always go the wrong place. They're too easy to manipulate like that, you know? Their instincts are wrong. They don't have a fight or flight response either, just a flight response, because these guys can't fight. Like, what is the point of having like 8 long legs, spikes on your massive sacks on the, you know, these things. No, not what's hanging underneath. If you're not going to use it, I feel like it should be like a hazard if you walk under an Overlord that dies, you know, like the Overlord goes down, like a spike can hit you in the face and it kills a probe at once. I feel that would be cool as hell. That would also be sick to just see Overlords like being sent into battle just wanting to die. It's kind of like a Baneling, but different, I guess, because it's flying and it's not green. It doesn't explode. Single target impact with just the spikes. You know, in Warcraft 3, you have a unit combination of the Archer and the Hippogriff. Hippogriff. So you can put the Archer on the Hippogriff, and then the Archer flies and you can shoot. I think it is considered a very bad unit. I think it would be cool as hell if you could put like a Hydra on top of an Overlord, you know? She's just flying around. Then the Hydra has air too, and you know, it has more HP. It probably would be pretty broken. Air units in general in StarCraft 2 are very, very good. Like, the ability to ignore terrain is huge. As this Banshee tried to optimize the weight to show their face as long as possible to this Overlord. Yeah, I think it managed to do that. Congratulations. As these 4 Hellions are moving across map. Is this a 4 Hellion? Yeah, this is a 4 Hellion run by. Into double eBay. He's here in the corner as well. 2 more barracks coming up. Wait, he's building 4 barracks at the same time. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy, actually. Lair comes into the natural. Oh! Soldier boy, yeah. No, that was really poorly done out of Byun. So these Banshees, they have so much value from pretty much whenever they come out till when they die. They can deny creep, they can deny 5th bases, 6th bases, but they're also great anti-run-by tools. So if you're like, okay, I don't want to micro these fools, just want to keep them at home, just hold them above your 3rd base, and your 3rd base is never going to die to Ling run-bys or Baneling run-bys. You're just capable of killing them, which is a huge deal. So it's just one of these things where you're looking at it and you're like, oh, losing that freaking sucks. Like, it actually blows big time, you know? Hydra then coming out, so a complete switch up from the previous games out of Shin. Much faster forward base, much faster triple as well. I mean, so far it hasn't really been working for him. It hasn't been working for him at all, let's face it. You get a... Oh, 4 Hellions out. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Really getting a lot of damage. This Banshee is also being useless as hell. Shin legitimately is in a very good position. Byun has decided not to move out whatsoever quite yet. This is something I've seen as well out of a lot of Terrans, is where rather than going with the first 2 medevacs, they go for like a big marine tank push. And their goal is not so much to deal damage with the initial thing, but really go ham on this type of thing. Usually you want combat shield, 1-1, and like 24 marines, 2 tanks. Some Hellions maybe. Ideally have Banshees at home, or even have them with the push. If your armory finishes up, these Hellions can also morph into Hellbat, which really adds a lot of like oomph into the, you know, into that thing. Ooh, is that tank going to be in time? I'm not so certain. I don't think it is. We're going to get a lift up into the main base. There is a spore there. There's 2 spores there. As these medevacs are going to get taken... staying alive, barely, but alive they will be. And look at this. Byun here, standing in the mineral line. Going to pick up a bunch of these marines. Ooh, the drop! Manually pretty much killing some of these individual Banes. Now he's going to lose a lot of marines and some medevacs during his exit. There rallies 2 more medevacs into his opponent's main base. This all was without combat shield. 2nd factory on the way as well. Yeah, Byun, it felt like he had such a bad early game, but the more I see him play, the longer these games go. Like, he really he gets going. Once he's in like a flow where he's dropping and he's multitasking and he's microing and he's doing crap, he looks powerful as all hell. So this is denying a lot of creep too. Shin in this entire series has never really managed to spread a lot of creep, no matter how calm the games have been. Like, Byun has just been on point there. Absolutely on point. So now he's going to fly over to the other side. You know what I think is underrated? Moving all marines just onto this little thing, onto the healing fountains for a bit, rather than using medevac energy. It's going to take like 5 seconds, and it's going to save you so much energy, which is generally helpful, as we have a bunch of marines now coming in. Ooh, these guys are also going to get picked off. Then we have her moving forward. Oh, on an acceleration zone, that's crazy. It's going to make it hard to deal with the Baneling, let me tell you. Of course, the marines also run away faster, but I always feel like splitting micro becomes much harder in this type of area. 3 tanks being very far back, as these Banelings are going to continue rolling in. A lot of Banelings are going down, but not all of them. Byun, meanwhile, without medevacs, decides to go into his opponent's natural. Don't forget, there's no hive yet. This is all layer tech Shin. This is all layer tech Shin, as the marines blocking the queens. A stroke of genius, +2 carapace gets killed. That is a huge deal for the moment 2-2 finishes up for Byun. As this was genuinely a very good trade here for Byun. He should be happy, he should be proud. And I think he is. Marauders now coming out into the mix. 6 lurkers being added in. This seems cool and like kind of like a stabilizing unit, but lurkers without the range are genuinely quite crap. They really do suck. They just suck. There's also only 4 base versus 4 base. 5th base now on the way. Orbital command on the 4th. Like, whenever a Terran gets a 5th base before his opponent, that's usually a bad sign for the Zerg. Can you build a hatch there? Yeah, you can. I thought that might... yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter what I thought. Ooh. These guys are probably on hold position, or on hold fire. That's what it's called. So these marines are gonna stim on in. Gonna see a couple of lurkers burrowing. Actually, might get hit. No. Get the pick up and the redrop. This is a serious army here. Oh, Shin. Oh, Shin.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, Shin. Oh! Perfect scan. And now the hold fire is actually backfiring because a lot of these lurkers got sniped before they started shooting. 2 lurkers remain for now, but it is without the range, and the hold fire was perfect. But they were just a little bit too far to the top, and as a result got caught up in the scan. At the same time, double marine attack is once more heading into the natural. Dude, if he gets another Evo chamber here, that would be the end of the world. That would be so freaking bad. It's not gonna be happening though. It's not gonna be happening as the lurkers move towards the middle. Going to get an attack onto this. Oh, that's the six range lurkers. They're not very powerful, let me tell you. They are the opposite of very powerful. They're weak. They're weak sauce, man. 171 to 156 lurkers just walking into the Marines. Byun realizes Shin didn't for a while as 3 more lurkers get sniped over here. And every trade that Byun takes seems to be a banger. And every trade that Shin takes seems to be the opposite of a banger. You know, it doesn't go anywhere. It goes off. Goes out. Once more, this has been like the most successful area of attack for Byun, by the way. Like every single time he walks in here, he does something good. Except this time, but now the right side is going to be breaking through. Baneling's coming back in. Byun does pick up at the last second. Has a lot of reinforcements here already as well. 5th base in position 2. 9 drones have died as this medevac still manages to get some damage. The hydras are being taken out. The one queen is not going to be good enough as Byun is breaking through and is going to 3-0 his opponent here in this best of 5. Phenomenal play out of the Shopify Rebellion Terran. And that is going to be it for me today. Thanks for watching. Hope you all had a great time. If you did, don't forget to smack the like button. And I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye bye.